Hello friends, as you would have it, we couldn't get through the first night of Speed Week without some sort of technical difficulty, but at least we got through the first night of Speed Week. So, Williams Grove rained out last night, and we had a little live stream, we hung out for a bit, but Matt and I, we inevitably had some mic issues, but this is us from Lincoln. Let's just jump right into it, because, as you can see, this video took more than it needed to get out. For time trials, to start off the night, we started right after a little bit of a rainstorm, but the track crew worked the track in nicely and used the extra moisture to their advantage to get the place ready to go. In time trials, your top 10 were as follows. It was Justin Peck in the 13 car, and then Chad Trout, Brent Marks, Lucas Wolfe, Tanner Thorson, Freddie Raymer, Anthony Macri, Cameron Smith, Chase Dietz, and Danny Dietrich rounded out the top 10. Now, for the heat races, there wasn't much to really be said, because at the very beginning, at least, with all the moisture we had and it was very humid, the track was sort of a one at a time around the track kind of deal. Heat race number 1 went to Tanner Thorson over Chase Dietz, then Jeff Halligan, Justin Peck, and Riley Emig were the transfers from the first of our heat races. There were 4 of them. The second one was led at the end by Danny Dietrich, winning over Chad Trout, who had a great run. Freddie Raymer started up front, and Trout was able to pass him. Dylan Norris finished fourth, and Tyler Ross brought the Lefevre Electric number 75 in 5th. Heat race number 3 saw a little bit of an interesting situation happen between Billy Dietrich and Kyle Moody. Didn't quite catch what caused the problem, but the two of them kind of were beefing at the end of the show. Kyle Moody in turn 1 did a little sort of maneuver, revved his engine up and cut off Billy to show some displeasure, but outside of those two beefing with each other, the track was starting to get better, but definitely wasn't to the point where anybody could contend with the leader of the heat race, who won, was 39M of Anthony Macri. He beat Devin Borden to the line, then Kyle Reinhardt was 3rd, Brent Marks was 4th, and TJ Stutz got the final transfer. So heat race number 4 was when the track started getting a little racy, and we saw some nice battles going on throughout the field. We saw a yellow for Lucas Wolfe on lap 2. He spun out. He started on the front row. He kind of botched the start, fell back, and then spun on lap 2. And he was the person who could have contended with, but didn't, and therefore Cam Smith had a very easy run at the front to win heat race number 4 tonight over Tim Gladfelter, Ryan Smith, Austin Bishop, and then the guy Lucas Wolfe. He goes and gets all the way back up into the transfers, and he takes the final transfer in the heat races for the night. Moving into the B main, there were a lot of race cars, and there was some action going on. In turn 4 on lap 5, Eddie Lumbar kind of biked up, didn't have any grip on the ground, and the car flew up into the wall. He hit the outside of the wall, it busted the rear end out of it, and that was the end of his night, and that brought out a yellow. In the front of the pack, throughout the the B main, Kyle Moody had pretty much no contention from anybody. He was able to clear off and be on his way. There was a little bit of racing going on in 2nd, 3rd, 4th area, but it did not end up being a close race at the end of the B main. Dallas Schott and Brandon Raymer finished 2nd and 3rd, and then Zane Rudisil, who had started a little bit further up, he got passed by some guys, and he had to contend with a challenging Troy Wagaman and Tyler Esch, but neither of them were able to get around him, and he got the final transfer into the A main. Well, the feature happened. Our extra cameraman left, so Matt's behind the camera right now, but we had 30 laps for the main, and it was fun. It was flag to flag. The track came in very nicely, as you can see behind me. Track came in nice, and yeah, flag to flag. Lucas Wolfe started at the front. He kind of fell back a little bit, and at the very beginning, Danny Dietrich was the man in the lead, and he had a straightaway lead for a while. He was just leading with no worries, and then the lap traffic came into play, and the lap traffic was what enabled the guys who were very fast behind him. So Anthony Macri and Brent Marks, so that makes 3 of him, Danny, and those 2 makes up the 3, I'd say, heavy hitters of Speed Week. But Marks was super strong, and Macri started well and had a really good car, and they both caught up to Danny. Because of the lap traffic, they got opportunities to make the time up, and they did. And then we had some pretty awesome racing for the lead between the 19 car, the 39M, and the 148. It was all back and forth. We saw even Brent Marks had one time he slid the both of them going into turn 1 and took the lead, but it was mostly Danny up front up until I'd say 4 or 5 laps to go, and that was when Anthony Macri was able to make a pass that stuck. And then at the very end of it, the last I'd say 2 laps, the lap traffic paid into the favor of the 39M, and he won. I like this racetrack. I just voice cracked absolutely like hardcore, but I like this racetrack. Like, look at how nice this place is. It's just nice. And it was a great race, and it was, I'd say, the heavy hitters, the guys we expect to do really well, were the guys who won, so everything kind of just worked out. So at the end of the night, officially, the top 10 for the first race of Speedweek was Anthony Macri winning with Brent Marks in second, Danny Dietrich in third, Justin Peck fourth, Freddie Raymer got fifth, and he was, I believe, the hard charger. He was absolutely tearing it up. Chad Trout in sixth with a great run, Lucas Wolf seventh, Tanner Thorson eighth, Chase Dietz was ninth, and rounding out your top 10 was Jeff Halligan. And at the end of the first night, the points tally for the top 10 in PA Speedweek goes as such. Anthony Macri has the points lead with 171 points. Justin Peck and Brent Marks are tied with 144 each. Then Danny Dietrich in fourth with 138. Chad Trout is in fifth in the championship with 133. Then it's Freddie Raymer with 128. Tanner Thorson has 118. Lucas Wolf has 116. Chase Dietz has 107. And rounding out the top 10 is Jeff Halligan with 96. Kyle Reinhardt, Dylan Norris, and Devin Borden are the 3 behind them, but that's the top 10. Closing thoughts on the night. I'm really happy it happened. We had a little bit of rain at the beginning of the evening, and it held off since then. My mom texted me during the feature, and she's like, did it get cut short for rain? I was like, no, it didn't. We're racing. It's all good, because it was absolutely pouring at home where she was, so glad that it was there instead of here, and just happy to be here. It was fun. I'm going to hand the mic back here for Matt. Matt, do you have any final closing words on this one?
I think you said it. Heavy hitters looked incredible tonight. The points looks good. Justin Peck's up there. That's something we wanted to see. Wanted to see him compete up there and just mix it up with the PA guys. So excited, and excited for what tomorrow and hopefully Monday will bring back here again.
Yeah, the weather doesn't look stellar for Monday, so hopefully we get to come back here, but we might not. It looks like it's going to rain. And tomorrow, scattered whatever, but I'm feeling pretty confident about Sunday. I hope I don't jinx it by saying that, but that's all. So we're going to drive home now and make videos, and hopefully everybody gets some sleep and gets ready to go for less than 24 hours to do the next one. So take it easy, everybody. We'll see you at BAPS Motor Speedway tomorrow.